They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch, I got to hurry and put a video up. We got so much breaking news going on the nuclear front right now. I'm on this campus where I do everything, Weber State. I mean, it's coming at all angles this afternoon and tonight. First off, there's a big story coming out of Carlsbad nobody's talking about. As I said, they're line to line. One of the detection devices a half a mile away from the pilot underground national repository is detecting plutonium. You think, oh, that's low. No, that's giant news. That has never happened. Never. Anywhere in the U.S. Ever. That means it escaped. Did it come out of there as lost? Of course. But if that means there's some plutonium that escaped, why did it escape? You think it was just a little plume and there's no more? It's giant news. Second, Ernie Monsey, the Secretary of Energy, the evil bastard is, just gave a speech in front of Congress and okayed the loan, guaranteed the loan for the first nuclear plant to be built in the United States in 30 years, which is built. Now guaranteed the loan. Now he gave a speech. Now remember this is the fraud of the nuclear cartel. This is the fraud of this government. This is the fraud of the Obama administration and the Department of Energy. This is gigantic fraud. He never used the word nuclear once. He said a plant to heat water to create steam, to make energy. And this is how pathetically dumb Congress is, and or us. Really? I mean, he never used the word. So what does that mean to guarantee the loan? Does that mean just, oh, okay, so, no. Get this, they dereg these things. These are bankers that own these things. That means they build it, they borrowed the money, they haven't made a payment yet. That means we will pay the payments. Yep, it's free money. Free cash cow. It makes the banking. Why do you think all these bankers have left the banking industry and gone to nuclear? Oh, it's the best theft in the freaking world. Okay, and third, gravely right here at this university. You know, I've been passing out this that I just showed you as I started the video. This is a heartbreaking story here. It's heartbreaking. Nobody here wants to talk about. When I travel, I go all over the country. I led the Million Masked Man March, you know, in D.C. I've done so much activism, involved with Pussy Riot, involved with Femin, in Manhattan, all kinds, involved with Megan Rice, came from the trial, at Diablo Canyon, at the Livermore Lab, and Eugene, Oregon at the second anniversary. All these things, I've done these all this year. Most of this I did while in critical condition. You know, what a fight this has been. Well, here on March 12th, I'm standing right out here by the pond at this university. Nobody wants to hear this here. This should be going right here. I knew Edward Abbey on this campus. On March 20th, I'm giving a report, and March 19th, and March 15th, and right by the pond right here, Weber State, outside, you can see them. Fukushima is going to give you leukemia. It's in the jet stream. It's in the jet stream. Famous videos. It's in the jet stream. It's in the jet stream. Well, the long mapping by the French company that came out today, this is very detailed, sophisticated scientific work. The worst place in the world got hit was right here in Utah. No wonder I got leukemia, as so many of us have a predisposition here in Utah because of the open air test. You know, that's my thing. So I travel all over the country. I'm in Manhattan, I'm in DC, I've been, all over. I've been to California 5 times this year, been in Oregon, Washington, I've been everywhere. People come up to me in the streets. Brooklyn, they come right up to me. Everybody, here they don't even know who I am. I've done this all on this campus and they don't even know it. So I've been passing around this out here. By the way, I've done this in the same library that Edward Abbey did most of his work. There's one person that knows what I'm up to up here and says all the time, Kevin, you're going to pass Abbey. You know, Abbey worked on his dissertation for 23 years. And by the way, I got drunk with Edward Abbey right by that pond, way back. But it's heartbreaking news to know that it's right here. I'm very fearful for my family. My 2 little grandsons were born right after Fukushima happened. They're a week apart. 2 weeks after Fukushima happened. For me to rant and rave in those videos, you think the irony of this. Do it at this campus, rant and rave and carry on that pond right there. It's going to give you leukemia, the jet stream, using the word leukemia in the tag. 7 months later, me getting leukemia, me diagnosing myself, having de novo OS. You guys will be able to watch my path through the bone marrow transplant center at LDS. By the way, I'll be in there tomorrow. I'm still very sick. But I've defied odds. I have de novo OS, the survival rate. First person in the country to do this without a bone marrow transplant. Walk the walk, alternative. I'm the alternative to the alternative in medicine and the media. I've done law on this campus, and now this report comes out that it was right here. Exactly the same day. They say March 20th was the hot spot right here. I'm standing by that pond outside March 19th and 20th saying Fukushima's going to give you leukemia, Fukushima's going to scream in your head leukemia, and boy, this is beyond irony. You cannot make this up. And then for me to survive, there's less than a 3% survival of what I have. Our whole group, huge crowds. You know Paul was in here with us, friend here, Judy, Carla, all these friends of mine right here. They've all passed. It's down to me. It's pretty sad. It was an intense battle in that bone marrow transplant center, beyond intense. But these are big stories. Oh, one other breaking story. The whistleblower at Hanford. You know, Obama says, oh, we're going to protect whistleblowers. They fired the whistleblower at Hanford. Oh, one other one. Birth defects in the small town in Washington. Everybody says, oh, 2 words. Fukushima and Hanford. I mean, I can't believe this country's not on fire. MEGAN RICE, of course, sentence. You know, I was in that courtroom. I got to tell you, wow, beyond heartbreaking. You know, Ernie, I was in Washington, D.C., leading the Million Masked Man March, being interviewed by RT. John Fairhurst was being interviewed. I'm standing with him. And that's the day they announced TEPCO coming to the White House. They're going right in the White House, whereas I'm standing right there. I went over to the Department of Energy that day. My activism this year has been incredible. You know, I led that whole march right down Constitution Avenue during the week. We just did it. You know, it's been an incredible, credible story. And now it folds out that I did it here, and I got leukemia, and now nobody knew this, including me. I didn't know this, that we were the hot spot, like we could take any more, but nobody here. There's 25,000 students on here. You know, professors, teach downwinder. They don't want to hear it from me. You know, they don't even want to talk about it. Student body that doesn't even know what Fukushima is. Yeah, we're going to, I mean, it really is a thumbprint of America. MEGAN RICE being sentenced, an 84-year-old nun, for breaking into Y-12 when Y-12's breaking the law. Here in this campus, Weber State, should be the screaming in their head. University of Utah, their environmental economists down there are beyond pathetic. They don't know what Fukushima is. Here were the cancer, autism. That's what I was up to, trying to prove autism through nuclear fallout in my PhD when I got sick. You know, when I started messing with this YouTube video. These ironies, you can't make this up. You know, do I believe it's some kind of higher being? Or, I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's pretty crazy. Of course, it's spite that I was ever born to set this right, but apparently I have been. There's a big story in Carlsbad. They detected it a half-mile out. Plutonium. That's never happened. There's an event going on there. You people in New Mexico should be very, very alarmed. Very alarmed. Of course, everybody should. You know, I'm very scared for my children and my grandchildren. I watched my father die, all my friends die, and here, nobody will even talk about it here. I mean, what kind of a world have we turned? It's almost like transhuman. What does it matter with humans? Professors? I mean, my God, I was just showing this to some people that run our labs and whatever, and they're like, oh, you know, they don't know what I do here. They don't know. They do now, huh? Here it is. That's their map. That's where I live. Right there, in that orange spot. Right there. That's my home. So you think about the ironies of this. I'm standing there screaming my head off. Leukemia, leukemia, it's going to give you leukemia. The jet stream, from the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, every day. And then they're saying the hot spot was March 20th when the plume right there, and I'm standing. And then I end up with leukemia, then our civet, and you know, this whole path, and my activism traveling all over the country, you want a critical edition. But the biggest part, I think, the irony of this, my father being nuked in the Nevada test site, I mean, this is beyond a PhD. You've watched along my video, you've got more than 10 college degrees and more than a college degree. Any writer, artist, whatever, you've watched this path along. This is one compelling, amazing, unbelievable story. But the biggest piece of the story is, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I've survived so far. We've got to figure out how to survive because these liars are going to do nothing. Stay in tune it.